Good morning. This morning I'm kind of feeling, I don't know, I just feel kind of numb. I have like this underlining like pain that I wish would just go away. And I have like different realizations. Like it's these are thoughts that I've had before, but it's like every time we go around on one of these every time we go around, it like deepens. See, the more that we're in touch, him and I, it's like the further, it's like the more that I fall in love, I guess you could say, with him as a person. And like our friendship deepens, or our closeness deepens, it feels like. And I know that when you're attracted to somebody, you know that you're attracted to them. You know it from the first minute, you know it from the first instant. It's not something that, sometimes attraction can grow, but if from the beginning you're feeling like it's not right of a connection, I've had a really close friendship with somebody for 8 years. It doesn't grow from a friendship into a romantic relationship. And the hope, for me to have hope still that like it's going in that direction, is just silly. And how do you let go of that and keep the friendship? Is that possible? And I also want a meaningful relationship in my life, a partner, a life partner that I can share my life with. I want that for myself. I want somebody that I can go on walks with in the morning and share my life with. I still have a lot of life in me, still a lot of things that I want to do. And I feel like as long as I'm keeping hopes open in this place, that is getting further away from me. It's like a trade in. And I'm wondering if it's like even worth like the trade in, because, friends are friends. But if I'm putting him into that place in my life of like loving him in a romantic way when I'm not getting it back from him, it's like I don't want to say like a waste of effort, because I really do want him in my life as a friend, but it's a waste of effort in that way, in that place. It's a waste of emotion. It's like a waste. It's wasted on him. if I could shift that energy into just being a friendship, then there's no price in it. There's no waste in it. There's no lost effort or lost hopes and how do you do that? How do you keep somebody in your life as a friend? Because what he was saying yesterday was like, what's going to be when I have a romantic relationship? And I know me, when I get into a romantic relationship, and if that person answers all my needs for friendship and as a lover, and if that relationship is whole, like I want it to be whole, then I think that other friendships will, by nature of things, fall out because I don't need all of the, I see with him, like he makes up such a big place in my life that other, like I would just rather spend my time with him rather than with other people. It's just or mostly, I still have friends and things like that, but if given the option of spending my time with him or spending my time with Joe Schmo, I would rather spend my time with him. And I know that if I'm in a relationship that I fall in love with, that's how I get. That's just how it is. And so it's like with our friendship, with mine and his friendship, it's like he fills that place with me, but I don't fill it with him. And that means, at any time I could just be left. And maybe this is the lesson that I need to work through. Just being in the moment. You're not afraid of being left, right? If you're truly in the moment, you're just living in the moment and you're trusting that everything will work out. I don't even know what the lesson is anymore. I don't really care. I feel kind of numb and I feel kind of like this underlining pain. I'm so sick of it. I'm just so sick of it. Sick of it. Sick of it taking up all of my space, all of my mind. Sick of it. And it seems like the closer that we get and the more time we spend together, the more that he is in every single aspect of my life. It's like everything I do, he's stuck right there in the middle of. I used to have all sorts of things that I enjoyed doing, and even the things that I used to enjoy doing and that I still enjoy doing, he's stuck in the middle of now. Like metal detecting. Metal detecting was one of the things that I loved the most, or even my artwork, or even my work, or my meditation, or my spiritual rising, or anything. He's stuck right smack in the middle of everything. It's like I can't get away from him if I try. And then I think to myself, well, what kind of friend are you? I did less think. When we were at the car yesterday and we were leaving, so he said to me, it's only emotions. It's only emotions. Just let him pass. It's only emotions. I think he was talking about the pain that I was in because he knows. I think that maybe I just need a break. Every time we go to like every time I go through one of these loops again, one of these, you know, why am I holding on to hope for 2 years? And every time, and he says, "Oh, I always forget that you have these other feelings. I always forget." And he said, "If there's anything that in the relationship between us that he doesn't like, it's that I have these other like hopes or like that I want more from the relationship than just a friendship." So why is he in the freaking relationship? You know, why is he there? You know, talking about like true friends or whatever, So he likes me as a person, as a friend, but he knows that I have other feelings for him. So, like, my thoughts are, if you're a true friend, like you truly, first of all, why stay in the friendship? If that's the feeling, that it's feeling yucky, I wouldn't want to be in a friendship like that. I have friends like that want more from the relationship, and I kind of fade away because it doesn't feels like they're always like wanting something from me, and I can't stay because it's like the friendship isn't, I don't know, it's like not authentic. It's like they're my friend because they want more from me. So first of all, why are you staying, dude? And second of all, let's say he overlooks all that and really cares for me and sees that it's detrimental for me, or it doesn't feel like I'm a genuine friend because I want more, but or sees that in this place it's holding me back from having meaningful partnership in my life. Because if we hadn't been in touch for these 2 years, I imagine, I can't say for sure, but I imagine I could have met somebody else and had a relationship. And I imagine that if, if he, like, what is his reason for holding on? First of all, I'm stuck in the place, stuck in we're always together. We're together a lot. And I'm sure that us being together a lot, that he puts effort into the relationship. You can't just not put, you're with somebody a lot. They're in your thoughts, they're in your psyche, they're in your mind, they're in your space. And that takes up a lot of space. It's like a space holder. It takes up a room of him not finding his relationship that he wants. And also, if he really cares about me and he sees that I'm struggling with it, wouldn't he, for my best interest, cut off relationship with me? And I know that I'm in my ego talking. I know this. All these crying videos, I already know. That when I'm in my higher place, my videos are all inspired and coming from, I have all these realizations and things. When they're coming from my ego, it's when I'm crying and feeling sorry for myself. So that's just what it is. That's part of this human experience. It's like going back and forth in between ego self and what the ego wants. What are these emotions anyway? Why do we why what is attraction? I know what attraction is. Attraction, you're attracted to people that have the keys for your own expansion. But why sometimes is there attraction that is like a sexual, like, partnership kind of attraction, and then some attractions are just like for friendship kind of attractions? Like, how do you shift from one attraction to another? And if you can't shift, then what is it? Am I destined to be like this? And if I can't let go, maybe it's just in believing that there is somebody out. Because if he doesn't want me romantically, first of all, it already sounds funny because it already is so far off the plate and off the table. And it's almost like there's no expectation. There's no expectation there. It's already been like we've been in touch for, no, it's not been 2 years, but it's the beginning of last summer. We met physically the summer before that, but we really became friends maybe the beginning of last summer. So, like, if it hasn't been there since then what's like, it already feels like not real, like it's not, it's like a fantasy or something. And then if it's just a fantasy, then why even, it almost feels like it'll never be. And it feels like it'll never be. So what's what's the draw in that? It's not real. What's the draw in that? So I'm holding on to something that's not real. Like, I mean, in that way, it's a real friendship. Yeah, it's a real connection. We have a real connection. We have a real friendship. But in a romantic way, it's just not real. Like, holding on to those kinds of hopes is just holding on to false hopes. And so it's like holding on to something that was never there. And so it's like wanting something that isn't real and that's not whole. So it's like wanting a fantasy almost. And so it was never there. It was never there. So it's like wanting something that wasn't there, that wasn't real anyway. So how do I go from that place to a different place? I guess where there's a want for something, I guess it's opening myself up for other possibilities. So I'm just going to say that I'm opening myself up for other possibilities. I'm sending it out into the universe, and I'm just going to leave it at that. What will be will be. I'm not searching anything out. This isn't an invitation. I'm just opening myself up. That means opening my eyes that there could be, that there probably is. I mean, just like he existed, and before I met him, I couldn't have imagined him. There are others that exist that I guess are a better match for me, because a better match is somebody that is also wanting the same thing, wanting a relationship with me, because a one way is not a good match. And I feel like him and I have this mission that we're supposed to accomplish, but I don't feel like there's anything that I need to be doing on that mission other than just being myself. So there's nothing for me to do but just be, and kind of be in my own life, and what will be, and just kind of letting everything go. Just kind of letting everything go, letting it go with him. What will be, letting uh, the new relationship that I am inviting into my life, just letting that go, because whenever that comes in, I'll recognize it. It's not like when somebody comes, when you're attracted to somebody, you're attracted to them. You know that you're attracted to them. It's not something that you have to try to force. So I'm just going to put out into the universe that I am inviting that into my life, inviting love into my life, and then just going to let it be too. When it comes, I'll know it. And I'll have to be ready for it for me to even recognize it. So I'll have to be let go and an allowance for it to even come into my life. Otherwise, I wouldn't even recognize it if I'm not open to it. So I'm just going to let everything go. So, oof. So my friend's mother passed away on, I guess, early Saturday morning. It was like at 2 o'clock in the morning when she sent me the message that she passed, and her funeral is today. And I still haven't decided. I'm going to go to Jerusalem for a couple of days this week to be there and support her. But I still haven't decided if I'm going to go to the funeral and then to Jerusalem, or if I'm going to skip the funeral and then go tomorrow morning. The funeral's today, but it's in Zichron, so it's like in the opposite direction. It's about an hour away from here. But maybe I'll go to the funeral and then go to Jerusalem. I still haven't decided. I think that also, I feel like maybe it would be good for me to be there with her, for her, at the funeral, to support her, and then go to Jerusalem and be there for a couple of days to support the whole family and to support her within the family, kind of ease them into their Shiva. Shiva is like the 7 days mourning. In Judaism, you sit for 7 days mourning. You sit on the floor and you sit in the person's house. I think it's a really good thing because it allows, it's a time of mourning. That's what it's set aside for, that. So I think that it's a good idea to go and be with her. That would mean that I want to get I would take my computer with me. Maybe I could sit there for a couple of days, and when I'm not with the family, because she told me that I could come and just stay at her apartment and be there for, she said, the whole week if I wanted to. I think she wants, kind of gets comfort in having me close to her. So I think I'm only going to go for a couple of days because school's starting next week and I still have to get the boys settled. But I think that it would also do good for me and for the boys to have a little bit of time apart. I feel like on one hand that I'm not really with them enough, even though on the other hand they have pretty much been with me solid most of the summer. There's ants. But I don't feel like we did anything really quality over the summer with my boys, but I don't really know that they want to. My 16-year-old's been working the whole time, and every time I offer my 14-year-old to do something, he doesn't want to do anything. So, but we've been together, like in the house, and like they've spent most of the summer with me. And after this whole thing yesterday, I kind of feel like I need a little bit of a breather too. And it'll give me time that I'm completely away from my completely away from my life, away from my twin, away from my life, and have my computer with me so that I can do other things, do um, my work, focus on my work, focus on me, blah, blah, blah. Just to be. I also want to take my metal detector. There's places there I want to go metal detecting. Get up early in the morning, do meditation, and go metal detecting. That's where I'm at. It's already cooling off. It's the 27th of August. It's the end of August. So it's already cooling off a little bit. I'm going to go and get a start on this day and see what I'm going to do. So if I have anything more to say, I'll make another video. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And I'm sending you lots and lots of love.